Hey everyone, TJ here with a blind gun guide, blind in-depth type of thing. As I said before, I'm inspired by Exclusive Ace and Drifter. Those guys are great resources for understanding how guns work in Call of Duty, as well as stats and breakdowns. Now, here's the problem. I don't know how effective this will be to help other blind people trying to play COD, right? Because, I mean, for one, Ace and Drifter and J-God, all those guys, they do much better analysis and breakdowns than I could, probably. And I don't see how, my thoughts and opinion could really change someone's outlook on a gun and like how the gun performs. So the best I can offer is just what I think would work for class setups and like situations, right? So what we're going to do here is the MP5, the actual shots to kill, the damage, all that stuff. If I can remember it. It's not, my memory's not great, but we'll try. So we'll start with now the actual damage numbers themselves are not that consequential. So the actual shots to kill are 5 up close and 6 at medium range. I don't remember if it has a 7-shot kill, but that 5-shot kill goes up to 10 meters. Now 10 meters, considering most of the time we're playing Nuketown or Free For All, or even like Domination, Demolition, generally speaking, 10 meters is like perfect blind player range because realistically we can't stretch our engagements out past maybe 20 or 30 meters, realistically speaking. Now, you can extend that range via the reinforced heavy barrel. Let's see. Wait, I don't remember how much the range. I think it's like 40%, so 40% more from 10 meters is like what, like... I don't know, honestly, math. And then you can extend the range. I don't think it's 40%. Maybe it is. I don't know. And then you extend the range further with the 5th barrel. I don't remember the name of it. And sacrificing shooting move speed or sprint move speed. I don't remember which one. And then the task force just doubles that range out to 20 meters. But the problem is the recoil is almost uncontrollable, especially for a blind player who can't see the recoil. So realistically, you don't need to extend the range. If anything, you might have to use a barrel to compensate for the agency suppressor. Now, the actual suppressors, as far as efficiency for a blind player, if anything, I would say use the regular suppressor, the regular sound suppressor, because the agency one, which is nice because it gives you it helps your vertical recoil, like it doesn't kick as much, but it gives a much greater penalty to your damage range, which you don't really want to sacrifice as much with the MP5 because the one of its attributes is that it's a very forgiving rate of fire in the close quarter sound to kill range, the 5-shot to kill range. So like at that point you're basically making it take 6 shots to kill, even out at maximum damage range. The regular sound suppressor only takes away a little bit of range, so that we still have a decent 5-shot kill. And if you really want, you can actually put on the sound suppressor and the reinforced heavy barrel. And if I remember it, they pretty much effectively cancel each other out. With a net positive in the fact you're off the radar and you have better bullet velocity from the heavy barrel. So those attachments kind of cancel. I think they cancel each other out. There might be a little bit of negativity for range, but I'm not sure. Now, the lasers. So like the lasers, the flashlights, all these things. Flashlights essentially useless for a blind player. We cannot see the diamonds above people's heads to tell distance and stuff. So flashlight reveals distance crap is useless. Now, the regular steady-aim laser and the 5mm laser, they give you better hip fire. For those who can't see it, the hip fire in Call of Duty, it basically is like almost like a diamond shape when you're not aiming down your sights. So anywhere in that diamond, your bullets have a chance to go. And depending on what gun you're holding and attachments, that diamond might be really small, so you can just walk around just holding the trigger, don't have to worry about aiming down your sights. Or it might be ginormous to the point where you might as well not even bother shooting because you won't hit nothing. Now, the hip fire for the MP5 is actually pretty good because of the rate of fire. The rate of fire is what makes the hip fire really good. Same with the Mag 10, PPSH, heck, even the KSP. So for purposes of this setup, I'm going to just use the steady aim laser. This is just the default laser. There's no penalties, just helps your hip fire. Now, here is the underbarrels. Now, here we have the standard foregrip, which cuts your horizontal kick a fair amount. Then the almost useless bruiser grip helps your mobility. That one's actually really nice. Then the field agent grip. The field agent is the one attachment. Well, okay, the field agent and the first grip. These two are like almost essential in almost every gun to an extent. It kind of depends, but they're almost always good to have, basically. So for this, we'll use the field agent grip. Now from here, we have a couple options. We could take the airborne elastic wrap and just have a insanely fast aim down sight time and just snap on target at all times and just, light up people up. However, with the way the MP5 works and the reload time is kind of slow, I'm going to recommend either the second magazine for just faster reload and no penalties, or the fifth magazine for faster reload with minimal 8 down sight penalty, or the 40 round speed mag because it just boosts your magazine capacity. It just helps. But the ADS time is going to be slow. You cannot snap aim and snap react to people. For the purposes of this guide, just assuming people have low level unlocks, I'm going to actually swap the agent grip back to the horizontal. I'm assuming low level unlocks, right? Because realistically, how many blind people are going to be having all these high level unlocks? So with any luck, all these attachments will be early level unlocks. And again, my recommendation for leveling guns as a blind person in Cold War is play zombies. Honestly, just play zombies a lot. Get your guns leveled up a bit in zombies, then go to multiplayer. Unless you do want to struggle a lot. So it's up to you. So what do we have here? We have pretty much net positives as far as the gun works. Recoil is faster, and sight or hip fire is pretty respectable. Your recoil should be pretty easy to manage, especially for the ranges we play at as blind players. And then the suppressor will help you stay at the radar, and you can hear yourself and actually hear things around you better, and you can track your targets. Then the reinforced heavy barrel counteracts the negatives from the suppressor, and the bullet velocity just increase, so that just helps the hit detection feel better out to ranges. For secondary, we just have a standard 1911 with the suppressor itself, reinforced. The 1911, honestly, I'll put whatever on it. Next, we have a stim shot because it helps you heal faster, and tomahawks because tomahawks are fun. And then from here, okay, let me see. Oops, I'm lost here. For the purpose of this demonstration, I'm just going to use the trip mine. Just it's there, might as well use it. Now for perks, I always run flak jacket, tac mask. I think that's what I'm running. Assassin, scavenger, because assassin pretty much lets you get your streaks faster, and scavenger just for ammo. Obviously, I spray a lot. I'm blind. We all do. We all spray. And then from there, I use Ghost Ninja because I like being stealthy and staying with the radar. I do swap Ghost occasionally for things like Spycraft or Cold-Blooded, depending on situations. But 8 times out of 10, it's Ghost Ninja. Maybe Spycraft and Ninja, but Spycraft and Ninja, I cannot speak. So let's try this out. Hopefully, you guys found this guide helpful as from a blind perspective. The actual performance of the MP5 as far as a blind player is it's a very forgiving gun to use. The reload is pretty quick when you have attachments for it. It's a very forgiving gun to use, blind or not blind. The recoil is a little tricky to manage, but when you have the regular grip or the field agent, your recoil is a lot more manageable. So let's see how this performs.
Bring the hammer down.
Move on my way.
There we go. And here's the reload. I mean, that's with the mag speeding up a little bit. Here we go. I can't reload. I am terrible today, damn. There we go. It's like you see the time to kill. Okay, I'm gonna that 30-round mag is kinda not so hot. Because this gun because it's forgiving. Let's look at that. I'm taking a whole mag to kill one person. Here we go. We're on point. That one. Nope. That's right. I heard somebody.
Hostile spy plane established
I thought it,
overhead.
damn it. I thought I did. Okay. Another tip I'd recommend for multiplayer is every time you spawn, pull your right stick down a little bit, just to kind of center your aim a little bit better. Yeah, tomahawk kills. I'll throw it at the wall right there just for the help. Now,
Hostile spy plane established overhead.
yeah.
Enemy spy plane
There was no way I
inbound.
was getting a gunfight.
Hostile counter spy plane established above. Enemy counter spy plane inbound.
Honestly,
Sit rep. Multiple enemy counter spy planes in your AO.
I'm just gonna take that here. He dropped a frag.
Sit rep. Multiple enemy counter spy planes in your AO.
So, I'll say this. I can feel the vertical recoil being a little bit up there. Okay, game, why you... I guess my internet just cut itself? I don't know what that was. Anyway, so, long story short, the MP5, honestly, I feel like the MP5 might be the most effective SMG for a blind player, at least, you know, my limited time trying this kind of style content, and like, you know, really go for it. Simply because the rate of fire is very forgiving, the recoil is manageable up close, like, there's almost no real negative I can think of for the, oh yeah, it like kicked me offline, what the heck. There's almost no real negative I can think of for a blind player, as far as the MP5 is concerned. There are some negatives to other guns, like the, you know, the AK-74U or the Bullfrog, but for the MP5, for our purposes, I think it works well. So, the actual stats of the guns, if you're curious, the bullet velocity is 250 meters per second. Shots to kill is 5 up close, 6 at a distance. Recoil is actually fairly controllable, especially with the whips to cut down the recoil. The reload speeds, I don't remember the exact time, but it's like 1.8 seconds, I want to say. It's pretty close to 2 seconds, it's pretty slow. The aim down sight time is about 275 milliseconds without any attachments, so fairly snappy, unless you do something to it, do an attachment that'll hurt the ADS time. The sprint to fire time is 250 milliseconds, and so effectively speaking, the main kickers are the forgiving rate of fire and the damage. The damage is low, but it is respectable, right? So, hope you guys enjoy this kind of content, and, you know, if Ace or Drifter ever see this, I appreciate you guys, honestly, and hopefully this kind of content works to help other blind people and just people in general.